Welcome back to the channel. Here's your reward for today. I will have these ready for you in the future, so please be sure to come back. Hey guys, Fuyu back again for another unboxing and review. Today we have the Gourmet Guild's Perpetually Peckish Pecorine. It says so right here on the box! As you can see, Pecorine comes in a large but mostly inconspicuous white box. Yeah, like I said, she a big girl. Not much to see until we open the flap on the front and get a peek inside and are greeted by her wonderful smile. Look how happy she is! Her face is fairly easy to see through all the packaging, but the rest of her is a bit more obscured, so let's get her out of the box. As you probably noticed, the box takes up almost an entire volume of our usual photography setup, so we'll have to do this casual style on the floor. There is a ton of plastic wrapped around her. Good thing too, since there's a lot of fine details to protect. Now, let's deal with the giant base. Seriously, look at how big that base is. I'm not sure how we'll be able to find the space to display her, but that's future Fuyu's problem. As you can see, the effects come as one giant ring. There are several metal rods to hold it in place, plus a clear piece to further brace Pecorine herself. This will take a bit more coordination than I can do in these gloves, so I'll put it all together off screen. She's such a beauty. That lovely expression and that dynamic pose really are something. The figure really captures the energy and movement of the original illustration quite well. There's a lot of detail to appreciate, so let's take a closer look, shall we? Her costume features frills everywhere, so it's nice to see them sculpted so organically. They look light in the area and you can feel them in mid-flight. The sword has a nice metallic finish, and the level of detail in the hilt ornamentation is crazy. Her tiara appears to be molded in a transparent material embedded with glitter, which enhances the glow of the blue to purple gradient as you go to the tips. Her gloves are nice and shiny, giving them a rubberized look. Her shoes are a little less glossy, giving it a different impression, more like leather. While on the topic of shoes, I love how the bottom of her boot soles are finely textured, even though you probably won't be looking at them that much. Similarly, etchings in the skirt armor paired with the painted pattern on the bottom edge work wonderfully with the shading to get that leathery feel. Something that's a bit more prominent is the giant onigiri she's showing off. While not actually made up of individual grains of rice, the rough indents in the sculpt sure give it that illusion. Speaking of which, she's missing that grain of rice on her cheek. How am I supposed to know she's hungry? It's a bit of a nitpick, but it matters to me. With that said, there are some imperfections, but you have to go in real close to see them. The skirt pattern looks to be applied using decals, which gives it a nice consistent look, though my particular unit had some spots where the decal was creased together, and some areas that appear to have some particles trapped between the decal and the paint. The effects ring is supported by 6 rods of varying length, but thankfully they were packaged in the same order as numbered on the instruction sheet. Interestingly, the original pre-production version had fewer supports, so I wonder if the company had issues with sagging or something. I hear others have had success with leaving a few off to get a cleaner front view, though I think I'll keep them all on since I'm paranoid like that. Similarly, the knee support differs a bit from the pre-production version, and by differs, I mean it doesn't exist. Instead, there was a secondary support as a skirt, which is fine, but I like how the current position is situated a lot closer to Pecorine's center of gravity. It does block part of her other leg though. Something I found kinda unique was how there was a little nub on the support to attach in the correct orientation. I guess they could have done the usual lock and key method to line it up at the base instead though. Speaking of the base, I so wish the production version was a little bit smaller and transparent like in the promo photos. As is, she takes up quite a lot of space and can potentially block a lot of light. With that said, being transparent is not too big of a deal for me, but it would have been nice if instead it had a bit more flair, patterns that match the effect parts, or a nice nameplate or a print or something. While we're on the subject, I know a lot of you guys are rocking details, so here's how she looks in one. As you can see, she basically takes up an entire shelf. Well, technically, you can fit some things in the corners, but they'll have to have a small footprint. And just for fun, let's line them all up so you can get a better sense of scale. Yeah, she a big girl. So was this a bad anime decision, or the best anime decision? There really is a lot to love about this rendition of Pecorine, and even after having her for a while, I can't help but stare at her to observe her positive energy. There are some imperfections on ours of course, and there are some things I think could have been done differently, but those things are relatively minor. She does come with a pretty hefty price tag, but personally, I don't regret welcoming her to the family at all. So guys, what do you think about Pecorine? Leave your comments down below, and please like and subscribe if you found this video entertaining. That's it for me, but remember guys, anime was a mistake.